So today we're going to talk about tea mixology. Tea is an excellent way to elevate any cocktail because alcohol is a great flavor solvent. You just need a little bit of tea and a little bit of time. We don't want to overdo it because the solvent alcohol can extract a lot of flavor, and sometimes it extracts a little too much, a little too many tannins, it can be a bit bitter. So I'm going to walk you through how we can do this. First, I've got about 475 milliliters of gin right here. This is going to be used for our cream of Earl Grey sour. All you need, it really doesn't get easier than this, is 2 scoops of tea. Just add it right there. By the way, we have these scoops. 1, 2. It's about 5 grams of tea approximately. And then we leave that for an hour. The second cocktail we're going to make today, I've pre-prepped this. It's a Hojicha Highball. So same recipe, except you're going to steep it in the fridge for 24 hours. Why? Because Hojicha doesn't get bitter. You can really oversteep it, and it's actually really hard to oversteep it because it doesn't have the same tannins that the other teas like black tea has, so you can leave it for a while. And I opted to go for a 24-hour steep so we can get a lot of that flavor.
Once the teas have steeped in our alcohol, we're going to filter it through a coffee filter. Super easy, and then it's ready to be kept behind the bar for cocktails. Now for our cream of Earl Grey sour, we're going to do about an ounce of the Earl Grey gin we made. And then we're going to do an ounce or half an ounce of honey. I went a bit overboard here, but I wanted something a bit sweeter. Then we're going to do an ounce of egg white. I know it's kind of gross, but for sour it's necessary. Then we're going to finish it off with an ounce of lemon juice. Now this is the important step. We're going to do a dry shake. So no ice here. We're going to let it foam it up, vigorously shake so that beautiful foam is created on the top. Then we're going to add some ice. Now we do a couple of shakes here, not too much, so we want to keep that foam stable, but we add that ice just to cool down the drink. And we pour it not so graciously into a glass. As you can tell, I am a barista, not a bartender. And then we top it off with some butterfly pea flower, microground, and a little bit of lavender. How cute. That's your cream of Earl Grey sour.
We've garnished it with a microground butterfly pea flower to give it a little bit of that unique twist. And it's full of our beautiful gin that we infused with cream of Earl Grey. Now, you can do this with our lavender Earl Grey, you can do it with a regular Earl Grey. Kind of depends. But enough talking, time to drink. Cheers.
Highballs have never been more interesting than our Hojicha Highball. So it's not a basic vodka highball. We're gonna do something a lot more premium, a lot more delicious. This is our organic Hojicha, which has been roasted and is from Japan. We've steeped it in the vodka and it's got this lovely toasty note. So we got this ready for bar use, and then we're gonna quickly do a glass of ice, and we're gonna throw in 1 ounce of our Hojicha. And then finish it off with some sparkling water. I like to top it off with some Angostura bitters for complexity. That's totally up to you. And to really elevate it, I'd like to top it off with an orange twist. And there you have it, a Hojicha Highball.
So using our organic Hojicha, some vodka, and a couple of other ingredients, we created a really delicious Hojicha Highball. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. Everything so far has been for the bartenders, but this is for you brewers. This was a collab we did with Bowen Cider House. It's called Tidal Garden. It's got beautiful art. But most importantly, it's a beautiful apple cider with local apples from BC, Salish apples, alongside some local honey and our Blue Delta blend. So it was a great collab, and we love working with innovators and people that come up with awesome beverage ideas. And we work with people to bring those ideas to life. And tea is an excellent way not just to innovate in cocktails or in bartending or in cafes, but also in the breweries. So reach out if you're a brewer and you want to try some tea.